Guys, go ahead and hit that blue band. We only have about another minute or so, and then we're going to get rocking. So what we're going to do is, if we have this one amount of time, 90 minutes, what are we going to do if people have different things? Right? We have a stimulus we want to achieve. So we know we have to get to that. What is the stimulus we can give for someone at orange if the ideal dosage or stimulus is different than at green? And how are we going to do it in the amount of time? So what you're going to notice here, and we're going to finish up in the next 30 seconds, because we know that Dusty's feeling a little bit of something, we're going to put him on the table, and he's going to have a longer pre-session time slot. Does that make sense? Meaning we're going to try to get into this individual to make sure that he's feeling better before we just throw him into this stimulus. So we can take our time, get that feedback, and it doesn't mean that Ben is going to be sitting around waiting. He's going to start that process because we still have that 90 minutes, and what we do in that has to be really efficient to make the entire session really effective. Does that make sense so far? Good. So, Dusty, feeling good overall? Yeah. Well, as good as we're going to be. So Dusty's going to head over here to the table. So, not everyone in here is a manual therapist or is a physical therapist. But sometimes we work with teams. What you really want to dive into now is I want everyone's focus to kind of be a little locked in here. As Bennett finishes part up, we're going to start warming up, but I really want everyone to tune in here. This is where you're going to see a lot of your structural stuff. So if you do have a team, if you do have other people helping you, this is where you can say, hey, if they're at orange, what can my team do so that we can communicate and then get them back to the field? Okay.
All right, so before I even start, go back into your setting. Don't go to your actions, right? We have no territories. We have emergent factors. So we knew ahead of time Dusty's that's a bad hit. Adductor issue. We know ahead of time he's going to use more input. The emergent factors may be somebody slept like shit, or maybe they just woke up and had more soreness than they expected. So this is where what Chris was saying a second ago, we have structure, but we have variability within that structure. So in your setting, if you don't have a manual therapist, that's fine. Everybody can general foam roller, or use a general foam roller, but then for others, we can get the lacrosse ball, we can get the softball, we can get the Theragun, we can do specific stretching, we can do specific isometrics, we can do specific dynamic patterns, all of these things. Now, what we were doing in Combine was very condensed. So this was a 3 to 5 minute process, and the goal with this was if he's coming off the table at a, let's say, arbitrary 7-8, right? So we're really in an orange. I'm not trying to clear this. This isn't going to get to 0. It's not going to happen. So can I get him to a 5? Can I get him to a 4 or a 3? Because if I can get him to a 3 from a 7, we can do something. We might be able to hit 4 good clean reps. It might take us 40 minutes to get there. That's the one advantage of the Combine. Even though everything is so chaotic and